Hello everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. Okay, so again we have a very interesting topic from security profile. So this topology we have used there in the last session as well. So let me start all the device. Okay. So in the last session we have covered the three things, right? We in the security profile we have covered the antivirus, we have covered the web filtering, and we have covered the web rating override, right? Three concepts we have covered so far. So today we are going to cover another, as per the syllabus, three more uh, you can say the topic. One is your first is your DNS, second it is going to be application control, and third we are going to see about the file type filter. Okay, so let us get into this. Let me check whether this firewall is ready. Okay, it is ready. So let us access this firewall, which we have already used in the last section. So IP address is 10.27. So it should be 192.168.10.27. Let us access this. So why it is taking a long time? 10.27. Okay, login screen is here. So admin username and password is 123. Let me go with the later option. So under the security profile, we have covered the antivirus, web filter, and web rating override. Okay, these three things we have already covered so far. So you can see, then we have the DNS filter. Okay, before DNS filter, let us cover the video filter. Right, so you can see there is no default profile because this video filter is introduced latestly, right? It was not there in the older version. So you can see if I click on the create new, and you can see all the options which are available there in the Fortinet firewall. These are very user friendly, and the layouts you can see, and it is very much easy to understand the concept of the anything related like antivirus, web filtering. Everything is look kind of a similar, and it is easiest to use. And you can see, let me write the name like TGM video. It is not a part of our syllabus, but let me cover this because we are not able to apply this. Let me create that. So you can see the way the websites are categorized in a lot of different type of categories, and the videos also created the categorized in different categories like business, entertainment, games, knowledge, lifestyle, music, news, people, then society, then sports, right? So there are different type of channels available there in the YouTube, and there are a lot of other applications. There are a lot of other web portals where the video platforms are available, right? So all the video which are uploaded there on that particular applications, or whether it is on the web portals, are categorized into different type of category, right? Say for example, I don't want anybody in my local area network to watch anything related to sports, right? No one should be able to play the video related to sports. So I don't want that. I can click on the block, right? I don't want the people to watch the news videos, so I don't want, so I click on the block, right? Rest as per your requirement, you can check the what do you call the category, and you can allow, block, or monitor as per your requirement. Okay, so say for example, there are few uh, videos or maybe URLs which are you have blocked, but even though that is not working, right? So what you can do is, you can see here we have the special because nowadays most visited platform is YouTube, right? So you can override the list of, say for example, there are a lot of news channels, news related videos, but there is a specific uh, channel where you want to allow them. So what you can do, you can click on the create new, enter the channel ID of that particular, you can say the channel, YouTube channel, then write the whatever the comment you want to write. You want to monitor, you want to allow, you want to block. Let's say, let me take you to YouTube. Let me take you to YouTube, and I'll here search for Tech Guru Manjeet. Okay, let me search for Tech Guru Manjeet. Okay, so you can see if I click on my YouTube channel, right? So definitely I have a channel ID, right? So what is channel ID? So you can click here. Let me click on any video. I think channel ID, I need to search for the channel ID. So earlier it was directly showing here, but I think now it is changed to some other format. So channel ID, channel ID, channel ID. Let me search on the Google. Tech Guru Manjeet YouTube channel ID. Okay, so let me see. You can see this is my channel ID, right? So what I can do is I'll just copy this channel ID and I'll put it here. Okay, so the comments, whatever the comment you want to allow, I want the YouTube, if somebody is visiting this channel, all the video which are uploaded on this particular channel should be allowed, right? So let me click on OK, right? So that way you can create a list of the channel which are allowed and which are not allowed, or even though the specific category, the channels are blocked, but we can allow that specific channel through this particular system. Okay, and you can see we do not have the option to apply this filter there on the firewall policy. If I double click on that, and you can see there is no option to apply the video filter as of now. So definitely the updated version, you will get the option to apply the video filter as well. Now let us talk about the DNS filter, right? What is DNS filter? So basically DNS is a option, or you can say only option, right? Not option, you can say only option to visit any website or web portal or any cloud-based application through DNS only. And to understand the DNS functionality, what you need is you should know the working of DNS, how exactly DNS actually work on the internet, right? Say for example, let me open the new tab. Say for example, I am trying to open Amazon example, right? I'm trying to open the Amazon. So let's say for the first time I'm opening this Amazon on my computer. So the moment I click amazon.in my browser, so by default it will not directly take me to amazon.in. First of all, it will check the IP address of amazon.in in my system local memory, right? Because all the systems automatically, keep a record of the visited website, so that in a future, if somebody try to visit that particular website, right? So DNS query should not be raised to the external DNS servers, or maybe internal DNS servers. Okay, so that we can reduce the uses of bandwidth as well. As if in case we are using the local DNS server, so we want the restrict the DNS query to hit again and again on our local DNS server. So for that, what I'll do is, if I simply click, say for example, I'm for the first time I'm just clicking on this, I'm opening this website. So what will happen? So automatically my computer will first of all check the local memory, right? It will check the local memory whether the IP address of amazon.in is available there in the local memory or not. If it is not, then it is going to create a DNS query, and DNS query is going to fetch whether it is to your local DNS server or the external DNS server. So DNS query will only raise when there is no information available with your local computer, right? So there are a lot of different there are a lot of you can say across the world there are a lot of companies, they have their own DNS server. There are companies, they are not having their own DNS server, they are totally dependent on the open DNS servers, right? So in case your computer wants to reach any website, right, so definitely DNS query should be there. If the DNS query will not resolve, the website will not open. Okay, so that's the importance of the DNS. So now let us go to let me click on the create. I'll say tgm-dns, and let me comment the here. You can see first option is saying redirect botnet CNC request to blog portal, right? If you have your own blog portal, but for this option definitely you should have the license one into if you really wish to use the security profile, either you should have the trial version, right, which is I think they provide for 15 days or 30 days, or you should have the proper license with you, then only you should be able to use the security profile options, right? So if you do not have the local block server, so what you can do is you can directly take a access to the FortiGate database server, where they have the proper block portal available, and all the signatures are automatically get matched. If something is found matched, so definitely it is going to redirect that to block portal, right? That particular website or maybe application will not open on your local area network. That's the first option. Let me disable this because we do not have the license. Second option, enforce safe search on Google, Bing, and YouTube, right? So there are a lot of, because these are what you can say, the search engines. These are search engines for normal user. These search engines are used for the search anything. Like I have just searched for the YouTube Tech Guru Manjeet YouTube channel ID, or maybe I have try to open the Amazon, visit the open Amazon, or maybe I am searching something related to any product. But as a normal user, as a layman user, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to search on that particular search engine, whether I use the YouTube, Google, Bing, or any search engine, right? But the hackers, they know how to use the search engines for running some kind of a difficult scripts which can damage your network, right? So definitely for that you can enable this option and put that on the restrict, or maybe you can put that on moderate. Okay, now again the same option you have, right? You can see there are a lot of websites, right? So based on the queries, the categories are defined here. There are major categories, there are different like bandwidth consumption categories, business categories, personal categories, then potential categories, right? Then security risk categories, and so on. Once you have the license, when you update the license, you will get more categories out here, right? Again, same thing, like what you want to allow and what you don't want to allow, you can select that option and you can click on the allow, monitor, or redirect to block portal, right? So that's the simplest way to done the DNS queries as well. And you can see here we have a lot of other options available. Like say for example, you do not have anything which is listed in the category. There are few websites which are not yet categorized, right? And DNS queries are raising for that particular domain. So what you can do is you can do the domain filter here, right? Say for example, let me create the tgmacad.com. right? It's a simple domain. I know it's a simple domain. So what I want, I do not want this domain to be open there in the network. So what I'll say, redirect to simple block portal, right? Enable this and click OK, right? The way you can add, same way you can add n number of you can say the domains here in the domain filter. Then you can also go for the external IP block list, right? You can create the block list from here. You can define the name of that particular IP, right? Why you are blocking, for your, just for your information, the URL or the external IP address, you can say, right? HTTP based authentication or without HTTP authentication, right? Refresh rate, how many times, right? So you can create and you can list here. Okay. So next option we have the DNS translation. This is the most important part in the DNS query, you can say DNS translation. So what you can do is you can just click on the create new option, right? Origin destination. Say for example, one of my computer, let's say 10.10, is trying to translate example my public IP, which is let's say 126. Just an example, and network mask should be 255.255.0.0. If this particular IP, you know, during the DNS query is translating to this, and with having this net mask is this, it should be disabled, right? You can click OK. The way you can, you know, allow and you can deny as well. Okay. Then there is a redirect portal IP. If something is matching, not matching, then it should be redirect to FortiGuard default, or maybe you can have your own redirect option portal as well, right? Say for example, you have the external your local query like DNS server, the sorry, not the DNS server, the redirect portal, right? All the block website should be redirect to here, right? You can define from here, or you can go with the, if you have the proper license for FortiGuard, definitely you can go with the default one as well, right? So allow the DNS request when the rating error occur. Like there are a lot of new domains. Let's say one of my client is just registered the domain a few months back. Definitely because that domain is not so popular and nobody is as of now trying to access that, right? Because it's a new domain. Only few people are accessing that particular domain. So definitely the all the server which are big servers and the security field, or maybe any other web ratings field, the servers, they will not have the proper rating information for that particular domain. So definitely that will the moment DNS query will be raised for that. So because of the rating error, it will might be get blocked. So if you don't want, you can enable this, right? Then log all DNS query and response. You can click here and click OK. So we have created the DNS request. If you don't know how to use that, you can go with the default one and you can check here. Okay, so that's the simplest way to do it. So let me go back to firewall policy. Let me double click on this and let me enable the DNS and let me select the DNS, TGM DNS option. Okay, second option, let's go back to security profile. After the DNS query filter, right, we have the application control. Now, what exactly application is? What do you mean by the application? So application means there are a lot of websites which are actually, you know, we are trying to access that particular website as a website, but that's not exactly a website. That's a portal. If I talk about the youtube.com is just for a normal user, it might be a website, but believe me, it is not a portal. It's a very big application server. Okay, it's a cloud-based application. Again, google.com, again, it's a very huge, you can say the application. Facebook.com, all the big the websites, they are nowadays becoming converted from website to application. So to block that application, to monitor kind of a application, again, let's click on the create new, and let me create here tgm dash application. Let me put this into comments as well. And you can see, first of all, if you can see again, same thing, all the websites and all the, you can say the web portals, or you can say the cloud-based applications are categorized in different type of categories. Like there are a lot of applications, cloud-based applications, which are categorized under business, collaboration, games, mobile, P2P, remote access, storage cloud, video, audio, web clients, right? There are a lot of different email, right? Network services, proxy, social media, update, wipe, and there are a lot of websites which are under categorized under unknown application as well, right? So you can decide which type of category you don't want, to access or maybe open in your local area network, right? What we can do is, let's say I don't want the mobile applications to be open in my local area network. I don't want the games application to be open there in my network. I don't want the social media applications to open there in my local area network. Now, how we can check what all the web applications are defined there in the social media category? So what you can do is, you can just take your cursor on this particular category, and you will see the pop-up will appear. And if you click on the view signatures, and you will see all the social media category, you can see all the category is social media, right? Now if I search for Facebook, okay, you can see we have 181, total 181, you can say the application which are published on this particular domain, which is facebook.com, facebook.app, facebook.app underscore Kaslevele, right? There are a lot of, you can see there are a lot of different type of applications are uploaded, right? So download, upload, login, right? There are a lot of different type of the Facebook logins are available, right? These are applications. These are applications which are uploaded on this particular domain, right? So you can see you can allow which you want to allow, and you can block which you don't want to allow. By default, from application control, it is the complete category of that particular social media, right, is blocked now. So you can define as per, and you can also go for the network protocol enforcement as well. You can click on the create new, and you can decide the port number. If some application is having the port number 20 and the protocol HTTP, right, HTTPS, or maybe HTTP, FTP, SSH example, right, that should be monitored or maybe blocked. As per your requirement, you can click on the add, and you can see these. If some website or maybe application trying to open with the port number 20 and having the protocol like FTP, HTTPS, or HTTP, or SSH, that will be blocked automatically by checking this. Okay. Now, if I scroll down a bit, you can see we have the application and filter override. So what does it mean? Basically, let's say I have, blocked all the social media websites by category itself. But what I want is, I want to allow few applications, like let's say facebook.com, right? Let me search for this. Maybe let me write Facebook only. So let's say I want the facebook.app, this to be allowed, right? So what you can do is right click and click the add to selected. Facebook, it should be selected, right? So you can see whatever these domains you want, you can click on, right click on that, and you can add to selection, right? Rest all the, like Facebook chat, I want this Facebook chat to be allowed, Facebook login to be allowed, Facebook plugin to be allowed, post to be allowed, search to be allowed, right? Video play to be allowed, or maybe video I don't want. Let me remove this and let me click on OK, right? So you can see all the even though the same social media category is blocked, but whatever the subdomains of that particular the application on that particular domain is uploaded, and now it is listed under this allow section, it will be available on your local area network, right? So again, now we have the block application detected on non-default port. Say for example, there are a lot of well-known ports are there, right? Say for example, there is a website or maybe application. Let's assume google.com or maybe gmail.com. So gmail.com is, always open with specific port number, example 25. But now this time that particular Gmail, when somebody is trying from your local area network to access the gmail.com, now because the default port is 20, assume 25, and now the gmail.com is trying to open in your local area with the port number 30, which is abnormal, which is not the default one. So that should be blocked. You can click here. Allow the user log and traffic, you can here, right? Replace the message for HTTP based application, right? So you can click enable this, so that any application with HTTP should not be open in your local area network. So click OK. So this application filter we have created. Now let me allow this, put this in the firewall policy application. Let me drag it, TGM ACAD and OK. Okay, TGM application. You can see all the parameters for the security profile we are updating one by one, right? And now let's go back to security profile again. Now we have the option called file filter, right? File filter, basically what kind of a file you want to allow in your local area network, right? Or what kind of a file you should not allow in your local area network, whether it is directly download link available or maybe available with the email attachment or so on. Let me click here. Let me click the tgm dash file and let me put this into the right of the comment section. Also scan archive contents, also always keep this option enabled, right? If some content which is archived under the archive section, that should be also get scanned, right? So feature set like flow base or the proxy base. So now you can define the rule, what is to be allowed and what not to be allowed. Let me create here, let me say TGM, or maybe you can create the rules as per the department. Let's say I have the accounts department, right? I have accounts department. All the protocol should be used, and you can also filter the based on the traffic, like where you want to check the like incoming traffic or maybe outgoing traffic or maybe both, right? If you want the from local area network to wide area network, the private to public or public to private, so you can click on the both. If you want just the just to check when the traffic is from public to private, so you can go with the incoming, outgoing, or maybe both. The best option is to go with the both. Now only check when there is a file with having a password, right? So if you don't want, you can disable this. Now the file type, all the file type are available here, right? Say for example, I don't want the website the file type which having zip extension should be allowed. So I want block for accounts department specially. Now there is a HR department. I have the HR department. Let me say HR-DEPT, which means department. So let me copy this. Let me paste here. Again both. And for HR, I don't want the PDF files to be, PDF file to be open. So PDF, and I don't want this to be allowed. So let me click on block, and you can see you can create a list of the block entries here, and let me click on OK. Okay, so file type is also we have created so far. So let's go back to the firewall policy and double click on this, and let me enable the file filter type. Select the TGM file dash file, and you can see all the parameters as per the syllabus we have covered so far. No doubt we have not done any practical, but believe me, it's just a time taking process, where if you have the license one, you can go one by one. It will work, right? It will work as per the during the class we have covered so far. It will work. Say, for example, you have the firewall, but you are not working on the security profile. Then in that case, there is no point to put any firewall, whether it is for FortiGate or maybe Palo Alto checkpoint. If you're not working on the security profile section, then in that case, the firewall will be there in the network between the private and public network. But believe me, the deep inspection of the packets will not be done until unless you are not working on the security profile parameters. Okay, so that's the most important part of the firewalls which you need to take care of, right? So as per the syllabus we have covered so far, but there is a intrusion prevention system, right? So what you can do is, there is no major hiccups in that, so you can create by yourself. You can see having the same layout, right? But if you do not understand anything, so what you can do is just cancel this option, and you can see there is a high security, block all critical, high and medium, and some low security severity level vulnerabilities. So what you can do is just double click on that, so that you can check how to use this particular option, right? And you can see the severity, it is completely based on the severity level, right? So it's completely based on the severity level. If I double click on that, and you can see what kind of a filter I want. I don't want the allowed traffic which is having a severity level of yellow, orange and red, right? These all are categorized under the high risk. Okay, so that's the option you can use from here, and you can apply. Let me apply this high security, or maybe we can enable this, we can edit this with the name of TGM dash high security, and let me click OK. Let me double click on here. I want to monitor this. Let me go back to firewall policy, double click on that, and let's enable the IPS. Let me select the TGM high security, and let me click on OK. Right? So you can see all the policy you create here, right? Apart from the local area network to local area network, one zone to another zone, right? That is your call, right? As the security engineer, whether you want to apply the security profile on that or not, that is perfectly fine. But it is always recommended to go and apply all the security parameters when the traffic is transmitting from private network to public, or maybe public to private. So in that case, security profile, all the security profile should be used, so that we can do the deep inspection of each and every packet, and we can secure our local area network IT infrastructure, right? So that's the all option we have covered so far related to security profile. And you can see only the SSH inspection is left, so definitely you can double click on that and check what exactly it is, or maybe do some research on the Google, so that you can come to know about the SSH and SSH inspection level, and application signature and IPS signature. These are all auto options, right? All auto options means you don't have to worry about that. Once you have the license, once you sync with the FortiGate server, automatically all the IPS signatures and application signatures will get updated here automatically, and your IT infra will be more secure once it is up to date. Okay, so that's all for today. So I'll see you guys in the next session. Till then, stay safe, and if you guys have any doubt, please make a note of that, so that during the doubt session we can discuss all the doubts which you guys have. Okay, so that's all for this session. I'll see you guys in the next session. Till then, stay safe. Goodbye.